Hi Year 4 and welcome to the final part of our three-part sketch of Pompeii and of Mount Vesuvius erupting. So the final part we're going to do today is we've just got a little bit of the water at the bottom from the Bay of Naples, and then we've got this huge ash cloud. So not really very tricky today. The tricky bits will be doing the shading and showing that shading on the clouds to show the texture on there. Okay, so that's our final bit to do. So if we look at what we've already done, we've got some of the ash clouds here, and we've got Mount Vesuvius here, Pompeii, the little bit that you can see, and we've got the Bay of Naples. And then last week we did the big erupting part of Mount Vesuvius, and we did the ash clouds coming down into the Bay of Naples. And like I've just said, the final bit we're doing is the bit of water here, and then this huge ash cloud coming down to finish off. So I'm going to, again, make sure that I use some of the edges here to help me to bring my sketch over for my third and final piece. I'm actually going to start with the water this time, and each time that we've done it before, we've started at the top or in the middle section, but we are actually going to start with the water because it's the biggest block section that we can see that helps us to scale the rest of our picture. So you can see I've got the waves here, so this is where it's going to come from. I'm going to draw in the ash cloud that's at the bottom here first of all, and that's going to go up. And then I'm just going to put the waves in from the water. I'm going to make sure I bring it across from this wave. So I'm going to come down a little bit and then up. There we go. And then some of the waves on top, like we've done before, where they almost follow. I can go into the next one, and then again some smaller waves across, and you can fill in some of the bits in between, and they're going to go in the opposite direction to the shape of the clouds here. Again, make sure you're bringing it on from the section that we did last week, and they're going to get narrower and narrower here, coming down to there. There we go. So they're my waves in. I'm going to do a little bit of shading in here, just again for a bit of tone and shade to show that the water in this part here is a little bit darker. So I'll whiz through this and then we'll have a look at the big ash cloud. Okay, so they are my waves finished. So what I'm going to do now is bring this ash cloud down. I'm going to now start at this top left-hand corner. This is the big one here, really simple shape to get in, huge cloud here, and then bring the shape down. Once I've got all the shapes in, we'll talk a little bit about the shading, and then we will be done. Okay, so I've got all of my ash cloud shapes in now. I forgot to press record on the video, so sorry about that. But anyway, you can see that all the shapes are in. So what we're going to have a look at now is making sure that we get some of those textures in and some of the shading so that we can finish off our piece. What we're going to be looking for is getting some of these really, really gentle circles in and just shading in between them, because that gives the texture that we're aiming for. And we're going to remember to put these bits of debris that are coming out of the volcano as well, with these little dots that we're doing, these quite dark dots. So I'm going to start here in this corner, and I'm just going to do some really gentle circles, and then we'll do some shading into the corner, which will help to show the texture of those shapes and those circles that we've got. So I'm just going to shade in between. Not all of them. I'm just going to pick some areas to just gently shade in between. And again, if you press harder with your pencil, you'll get your darker lines. And if you're very gentle, you'll get your paler shading in. Sometimes you could just shade around the circles. You don't even have to fill in all of the space. I'm going to get some of that debris in here as well. We look at this top corner. And there we go. So I will remember to press play this time, and you'll just be able to watch me get in all that detail in, and then we'll have our finished piece. Okay, year 4, so we are on the final bit now. I'm just going to finish this cloud here, just with some quite big circles because we're right at the bottom now. I'm going to take that shading across there and add a few more circles in and just do a little bit of shading using little circles for my shading. Just coming around here. And that is that complete. So we have our finished piece of art now. Piece 1, 2 and 3. And we've got a sketch of the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. Okay, hope you've enjoyed doing it. If you would like to add colour to it, then go for it. If you want to just keep it as a sketch with your pencil, then you can leave it like that. And we'll move on to some different art for next week. Thanks, artists. Bye.